Hi Cody, hi Kim, hi Thunder, hi Nancy, hi Mars, hi Aaron, hi Sandy, hi Cynthia, hi Nathan, hi Shanna, hi James, hi Rose. So, hello, you beautiful people. We're here. Yay! I'd like to welcome all of you who have joined us today again and for the first time on this very exciting journey that we've embarked on with our Sasani friend Rohaan and Linus, of course.
Of
they,
course.
they are a bit of a double act.
Yeah, like the black, he's more, more front than I am. I'm just like being the vessel here.
So we'd like to welcome all of you to the new Rohaan Channeling Club, where we're taking action towards our preferred reality. So today is a collaboration between the Rohaan Channeling and the Hybrid Earth Alliance. So if you're here with us live or listening to the replay, and the time's always now, by the way, and wherever you are on this beautiful planet of ours, myself, Louise Benefield, Linus Cordis, and Mark Elu, we're very excited, happy, ecstatic, and joyful to welcome you here into this bubble reality. So Linus, party time.
Yeah, time for some party here on Saturday evening for me. Maybe some of you have days, I guess. So, well, it's fun and to have this exclusive, clubhouse room for Rohan. It's really exciting and to see you all here, of course, tuning in to this channeling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like date night again, isn't it?
Yeah, especially with Rohan. I mean,
Yeah.
and he, I feel it's so great now. It's so much, that he is sharing now in a lot of transmissions now, and this will be making contact with your ET guide. So we'll see what he has to say about that. And yeah,
Yeah, I mean, since the beginning of this year, it feels like I haven't been on this many dates in the whole of my life. So for me, it's very exciting.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure I drink plenty of water before the channeling, so I can go through like a whole, channeling with him without being, dehydrated.
So yeah, I'd just like to add, if you're joining us here for the first time, you could also take a look at the replays of previous sessions that are over on the HEA Club, where Rohan he's shared lots of perspectives, permission slips, guided meditations, interactions with the hybrid children, and help and advice, which definitely seems to be his forte. Yeah, he loves that, doesn't it? So, yeah. So anyway, I thought while I'm reading the next part, um, I invite you to all take like 3 deep breaths to allow yourself to merge with this reality that we're creating. And while we're doing this, maybe Linus can like get into the state and be ready.
Yeah, I will get into the real state of myself. So yeah.
Okay,
Well, have fun, everybody, and I'll talk to you when I
okay.
get back.
So allow yourselves to relax, to let go, to trust the process, which is your process. Allow yourselves to feel the state of receiving, to allow yourselves to open up to more of yourselves. And with this, we'll allow Linus to bring forth Rohan in the sharing of making contact with your ET guides. My unconditional love to you all. We are all one.
Greetings to you all. How are you all doing in your times?
Greetings, Rohaan, from our
Greetings,
hearts
Rohaan.
to you, from our hearts to your hearts, and all of our beautiful hybrid children, and all beings connected with the hybrid realities, and who are connecting in with us now. We radiate our unconditional love and the knowingness that through these connections, we are strengthening and solidifying the bridge to our hybrid realities. We honor and celebrate this connection and invite you into our hearts.
All right, thank you all for this invitation. And I do feel very blessed you have created a unique room for me here.
Yay!
You are really polite of you.
I'd like to share with you that earlier on I went outside to my place of perfect peace where I do my cryptic meditation. I took my drum and I chanted to you and to the Sansani Collective and to everyone who's in Kachuchanatani. While I was there, I noticed all around me the most beautiful violet flowers in the grass. That it's the most that I've ever seen since I lived here, and bluebells are the same colour, and it was just beautiful. I'd just like to share that with you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for tuning into yourself to see the reflection of yourself outside of you.
Yes, of course, and it was beautiful.
Yes, full of beauty indeed. All right, let's now proceed this transmission as it is making contact with your ET guides. First of all, you all know that you have guides, spirit guides, or even animal guides. But when it comes to also ET, extraterrestrial, you have also guides. There are ETs from different civilizations. It depends really per se on your own theme that you have chosen to explore, what guides you truly need. And remember, when it comes to guide is not really doing it for you on your path. It's guiding you to find yourself, to find your own answers. It's you showing the light to you. So please have that clear before we continuing this transmission. So this will now be only about ET guides. And you also know, or you may not know that, but you also have your own first contact ET guide. And that means this ET guide is helping you to the window of contact. It's guiding you towards that reality. So if you feel you're drawn to extraterrestrials, you want to have open contact, and so on, then you all know you have a specific first contact guide that is guiding you to that reality. So, this is because, as you know, as you're walking on your theme here, you might feel, oh, how can I go to that reality? How do I really know I'm on my true path when it comes to first contact? That's why you have this guide, to help you to find the answers, help you to see the light to that particular contact reality. And for time being now, we are now going to see in yourself that you can realize and interpret that communication from that particular guide. And as you know, the title, Making Contact, we're going to flip it a bit because you don't need per se to make contact to stretch yourself out there, because you are already in contact with your guides, ET guides. It is more important to receive the communication, to be receptive enough to receive the communication. That is how you will feel more of the communication from your ET guides. So what you can do by simply understanding this process, how it works, that you don't really have to make contact, to make communication unfold. You just have to be aware of the communication that you're already having with your specific ET guides. So whenever you wish, in your own reality, allow yourself then to sit in meditation and just clear your mind. That means clear your mind with all of different thoughts, so you are just being in the true neutral state, and you are just being open. You open yourself up to the communication. You have the intention to receive, to be aware of the communication from your ET guide or guides. And this can come in many ways. You may not will come to me like to my mind saying, hi, I'm your guide or whatever. This will come in many forms. It really depends on yourself, because it can come even in your own reality as signs. For an example, if you have a pet, a cat, and you're sitting in this meditation, and then your cat approach you or purring next to you, and you're wondering, oh, don't disturb me, I'm doing this meditation here. Well, if the cat comes to approach you, it means that your ET guide are coming through the cat, not through, but more into interpretation into your reality, to reflect to you, to give a sign to you that you are having the contact, the communication with your ET guide. It can also come up in different kinds of buzzing sounds around you. You can even hear different kinds of different musics around you, notes. And even after the meditation, you will feel also that, oh, this music makes sense. This feels so somehow odd, or something that you feel is like, oh, this is really, really crazy in terms of how it will unfold in your reality. So don't insist that it has to come only in one way, as saying, hi, I'm your guide, telepathically to you, or telepathic to you. But so be open to whatever it can, because the more you are open to wherever form it needs to come to you, then you're not will blocking the other ways of the communication. You all understand me so far?
Yes, that's very clear.
All
Thank you.
right. So, but of course, you can make be aware of more of the content with your other ET guides as well. And when you realize that, you will see that you have all the guides necessarily that is on your path of guiding you. But to keep more focus on this first contact ET guide, this doesn't have to be a member of my species. It can be a physical ET being, it can be a non-physical ET being. It doesn't really matter. But some being that have chosen to be your guide as you are walking and exploring your theme here, as you're walking towards the open contact reality. And as you then establish in yourself the awareness more that you're having this communication with that specific ET contact guide, then you can feel it more and understand how you can navigate yourself towards the open contact reality. You will feel, oh, now I know where to go. Now I don't feel I'm lost. Because we understand also that some of you actually feel you are lost and you're wondering about how can I really understand I'm on the right path. But if you become more aware of your ET guide, the specific guide, you will know when you're on the right path, so to speak, or something is off. You will feel the support, you will recognize more of the support, and you will also recognize as you're having this particularly experience of communication with your specific ET guide, you will also experience yourself more profound into yourself. Because as we have shared before, contact is also about making more contact with yourself. And as this ET guide is your guide, which means it's really in your energy field, so to speak, which means you have to be more introvert in order to perceive the communication. So it works both ways. And this is the permission slip, as we share with you how to perceive, to be in a receptive state of being, to receive the communication. And you will find it will be easier for you if you don't, in a way, attempting to make contact, to stretch yourself out, but instead receiving. Then you will feel more, as I said, more of the contact. So, whenever you wish, allow yourself to do this. If there's something that excites you, of course. But all of you are tuning into this transmission, of course, have this first contact ET guide. That's why you're here right now, and I'm reflecting this to you once again that you have this specific ET guide. So, see what happens as you do this. In a future transmission, I will share more about that too, to see where you have evolved upon this, if you have started to receive more of the particular communication from that specific ET guide or guides, depending how you do with this particular communication. Also, furthermore, as we shared in the last transmission, that this year of 2023 will happen in terms of a disclosure that will be, to use your term, extraordinary. So you understand that something is out of ordinary, so to speak. But it's simple to use your term. To share more upon this briefly, this will have to do something with when it comes to your military, that they will disclose that they have witnessed, experience a lot of extraterrestrial crafts, but it will be more as a panel where they will discuss this openly. And of course, more things involved with that too that you will find out. But this will come up this year for you. And that will also make a lot of reflections in your reality and also expresses in your reality how people will, by this time, make decisions. There are more, if they wish, in alignment with open contact. This will be determination also what will happen in your 3 to 4 years as well, as we have referred to as this major contact event. So this will be a form as a foundation to that future. So you will see also what happens with this. But now when you have some awareness about this, which means that you can, if you wish, adapt yourself to this experience, even if it had happened yet in your reality. But as you know, everything is here now anyway. But this can help to even amp it up even more by you just being aware of this, because you will then be able to express the energy out, and that's why I share this to you, to even amp it up furthermore. So there'll be a lot of fun when it comes to all of this, when you are now finding out that you have this first contact ET guide and also this disclosure, and see also how this will connect yourself when you're being aware now about your ET guide, and also how that connects to the disclosure. This is all happening for a specific reason, and you will see how it will unfold in your reality, and helping, if you wish, people to be remind them that they themselves have a first contact ET guide. So this will help you once again to feel not lost in yourself, and feel you have the power in yourself to have the guidance. So this is just an empowering statement back to you to know that you have the answers, you have the path you're walking, you are just fine where you are, and trust yourself more. And you will see more of the trustful reality you prefer as well. The more you trust yourself, then you will see more of the trust in your reality as well. So it is important now as well that you are focused on your truth, really your true truth, to be able more to feel and experience the reality you prefer, because it is your truth that will be your reality. Does it make sense for you all?
Yes, it certainly does. And what you were sharing about what's happening in 2023. So, if with as you're sharing that's like us seeing up line, so that we've got an idea of what's going to happen, so we can actually merge with our future us that is experiencing that.
Correct.
Yes, very exciting. And
It is
yeah,
even an acceleration.
yes. And so, and the other thing as well that I got was so our guides have changed as we are shifting towards that hybrid reality. So our guides, that's what I'm feeling with my Sasani counterpart at the moment, that as we're shifting, that those guides are coming in now to like pull us forward to that um, to the hybrid realities.
Yes,
So
to awakening you, because you now are like sleepwalking.
yes,
Is to guide you more to that reality you prefer, because you already have chosen that guide on a higher level already, because you knew on a higher level that you are needed in some help when you will incarnate on earth.
yeah. So that's why Linus is now connecting with you.
Correct. I am his future self, and I'm connected with him in terms of a soul level. And this is also how we do contact, that we chose to have a past life in respective civilization, so we can be able to download information, so we know more how your culture operates. And that I can do is to perceive what he's perceiving in his reality. Then I know, okay, this is what he's now is experiencing in his reality. This is how he's dealing with different kinds of interaction with people and how he's seeing his reality. And I can tap into that, and therefore able to share different kind of information to you all.
Yes, and also, as I understand it, it's like all the information, even that you've given to us this year, it's like
Yes.
if we take this information and work with it, then the actual working with it, focusing on it, having the intention, then that helps pull us into that emergence of the hybrid realities. So for anybody who it is their excitement, it is like continuing to work with this energy and to work with the ideas and to connect with the guides and the hybrid children and to
Yes, to
keep
make
that
it more
momentum going.
visible, more in your physical term, more visible, more materialized. So this is why all now is going on. That first of all, you see this now in a more in a visible way, but we are coming closer and closer. And as you are full of your excitement in terms of this, you will make it visible because you will ground this into your reality.
Yes, so for a lot of people, that excitement of feeling that shift, because I feel when we're connecting with a different version, even if it's the same counterpart that we're connecting with, we are connecting with them on a different parallel reality version.
Yes.
So it's like we're upgrading with them at the same time.
Yes, or you're also experiencing different versions of them as you are also upgrading.
Yes, very exciting.
Because also where you are, let's say, to use your understanding of that, you will first experience a version of that where it makes more sense on the level that you're operating on. But when you then are upgrading yourself, then you will experience another version of that, because then you can handle in that particular understanding that reflection. So it's like you move up the ladder, and from each step you have a different version of that. So it makes more sense, because if you look up from the highest point now, you wouldn't understand it at all. So you have to move step by step by step by step.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Thanks so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you for your sharing.
So we have some people in the room.
Really? I thought we were all alone here.
Yes. So, yes, Helena, if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question to Rohan.
Hi, Rohan. Thank you so much for your guidance and assistance.
Thank you too for your guidance as well.
My question is, once I was able to establish that clear, solid communication with my first contact specialist guide, what specific type of guidance can I expect to come through?
This is something that we need you to see yourself, because if we say now what you can like expect, it will block the whole information, the guidance. So it's very important that you are more in a neutral state, so you can see in whatever form it needs to come. But to keep you a little bit of that, it will be more of the guidance, so you can walk that path safely, so to speak.
And when you say that, Pat, do you mean being in contact with ETs to be
Yes,
able to
that's
integrate
the
that in a
path.
safe way? Yeah.
Yes, but you're walking the path right now, and you can see like you have a destination. The destination is where you have this physical open contact, And as you walk in the path here, you will be guided, so you are not like saying going off the path, so to speak. And
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to worry about if something goes wrong on the path. You will feel safe and secure as you are navigating on your path.
Okay, so we will receive guidance specifically for getting to that end goal of physical contact, basically.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, Rohan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, thank you. I just want to introduce Moz. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask a question?
Hello and good evening. And I wanted to say I already love you so much.
Oh, then we have something in common because I already love you as well.
Cool. I have a really exciting question.
Oh, let me know, please.
Um, the most extraordinary thing happened to me a few days back.
All right, yes.
Um, how can I say it?
In the way you wish.
I will. Um, I remembered a past life for the first time in my life, and it was extraordinary, intense, emotional, and extremely intense. Um, I cried a lot, which I never do normally because I never have a reason really, but I let it stream and flow, and it felt like a healing process. And I, my question would be, what does it mean that this cloud of clarity descend on me, and instantly I knew everything what happened in that life, and was so extreme intense. And I'm wondering what, yeah, what does that mean in my development, or yeah,
Oh,
what
first
can you
of
say
all,
something about it?
you were making this connection, this realization to your simultaneously past life, and from the past life perspective, made it the same to connect with you in what you know as in the middle. And so you were then, shall we say, blending and mixing your energy together so you could feel the blending and experience yourself from that particular past life experience, more of yourself, because you felt more of who you truly are, rather than just knowing that you feel like you're alone. This was connecting you more to yourself, more into yourself, into your DNA. And the healing part was also that you felt all the components within you were in full alignment. And when that happens, it will feel as an overwhelming flow, and also you're letting go of your negative belief systems too, and have the cleansing effect of detoxifying yourself.
Yeah,
That's why you were crying, because you were cleansing yourself of this particular connection, this awareness of the connection. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yes, that does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it
So
feels.
it in a
Yeah,
way, what you can know when you become in love with someone, you feel the connection, you feel the mix, and you feel overwhelmed. You feel that you're on the same wavelength, and this was the same thing that happened for you.
yeah, it felt so deeply good. At the same time, while I'm crying, uh,
Yeah, because you know that more of yourself, that you are connected to other versions of yourself simultaneously. And also, you were able to let go, as I said, of your negative belief systems and fears that have had some negative impact in your life. And therefore, this experience needed to occur in your life in order for you to be more of yourself.
yeah, and was there a specific point of my ET guides? Okay, this is the moment. The veil is relieving. The cloud of clarity is descending.
Yeah, well, the ET guide were simply getting you to make that particular connection into your content awareness so it could navigate you through your reality, as I mentioned, to on your path here to the content reality. But you
Yeah,
needed to first make this particular connection to that past life so you can let go of whatever you need to let go of in order to continue navigating through your life on the path to be where you need to go. So that's why this happened. And this guide, ET guide, as I mentioned before, this first contact ET guide, were guiding you towards that particular experience so it can overwhelm you.
yeah. Well, it did overwhelm me for sure. Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
you
Thanks,
are so
thanks,
welcome.
Moz. Thanks, Moz, and thanks for being so open to share something like that. That's really lovely.
With a lot
Right,
of pleasure.
right, Lucas, you're next.
Yes. Hello, my beautiful brother, Rohan.
Hello to you as well, my brother.
uh, Rohan, I have uh, two questions, maybe are connected.
We'll see.
Um, we'll see.
Well,
Yes.
in a way, they are connected because you said they were maybe not connected. That's connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay. So first, it's about a dream that I had a few days ago. And the dream was something like this. It was kind of dark, and I saw some female being with a little bluish green skin, I think,
Yes.
looking a little bit to left from my point of view. And I saw on her neck shining luminescent points, which started connecting to itself through these lines,
Yes.
uh, also shining lines. Uh, then I thought it looked like a constellation of stars or something like that. And I was wondering what that being was, who that was, yes, and the second is to which being's civilization I am most connected to in this particular life.
All right. First of all, is that the being that you experience, where in terms how you interpret that appearance, or more also in how you can perceive it in your reality. So it's not really how that being per se will look like in itself reality, but the being were reflecting herself and where she is coming from, but all in one go. So they were all this mix of the introduction. You understand me so far?
Yes, yes,
And this being, as we're allowed to share briefly, because this will also be more as you are exploring your path, this will come up more. But briefly, what you can do about that is simply to, as I said, be in a receptive state, and it will be some information there that you will recognize from that particular being that will make sense to you. It is more a very personal connection to you, and I cannot really share this openly rather than to yourself.
yes. Okay, I understand. I understand.
And the second part of the question, which now is connected to the whole question together, is that please also remember this is to all of you when you're asking us where you are most connected to in terms of a star system to a civilization there. You are connected to many, many different kinds of constellations, civilizations, and sometimes you right now you have a specific connection to this, and the next moment it can be this. So it all makes sense where you're at the moment in yourself. So, but to bring it into you, as for now, what you are most connected with is the Pleiades and the Sirius star system.
Oh, okay, okay, I understand. I felt that like this is something like changing.
Yes, and also between that, then you have this particular also being, but we're not going to share so much about that now.
Uh,
You understand?
oh, the particular being, yes?
Well, the being that we mentioned that you have in connection with, and we're not going to share the specific information about that because it's not really allowed to do it publicly. You understand?
Oh, yes, I felt something like this. Okay, okay, I understand.
Yes.
And thank you. Thank you,
You
Rohan.
are welcome.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Lucas.
Thanks a lot, Lucas. James, do you want to ask a question?
Thank you. First of all, just to say to everyone how amazing it is to be here with you all, creating this energy and this sort of reality bubble together. It's just so exciting. Secondly, Rohaan, thank you so much for sharing what you shared with us today. It's really exciting that the imminent arrival of contact and being reunited with our star family.
Of course, you're welcome.
My question actually relates to an experience about a year ago, which really I would love to understand what happened, because it's really something that I have no idea about. Um, I'll try to explain it briefly, but I had a lucid out of body experience where I was still in my bedroom, in that sort of slightly higher vibrational state, and I saw something come through the side of the wall. There was like a white color from the other side where it came from. It appeared to be some kind of mass of some kind. It floated above me. I was a little bit uneasy at first, but then relaxed, and it descended in through my head. And as it passed through my skin and skull, it felt warm, and it was buzzing. It was very high vibration, I believe, and it kind of like lodged itself in my head, or so it felt. And all that day, and then I woke up, and then all that day I was walking around, and it's like I was out of my um, usual day-to-day consciousness programs, the thoughts, the judgments, the worries. That was all gone, and I was just really present, very happy, very light-hearted, and in a very happy mood all day. And then later on in the evening, something happened which disturbed me, and I suppose that jolted my energy, and I felt it suddenly leave. But I'm really curious what on earth happened, because it is literally like something merged with me temporarily, and gave me this experience of higher vibration.
Yes. First of all, what you were experiencing was also a side effect of being exposed in a very high frequency energy. So
Mm,
when you are having this out of body experience, you are in a way taking back, shall we say, the high amount of energy to your reality, and you felt that you were really into your reality because you were still not really, shall we say, fully tuned, focused into your physical reality. And therefore, what you were experiencing was that you were at the same time having a higher level of experience at the same time, even if you were walking in your physical reality. And after some time, when your body yourself were being more used to being in reality, that's where also it was bringing you back again, so to speak. You understand?
sort of. It's a bit difficult.
Yes. It if you are we take into you in this particular way that if you're experiencing, remember, first of all, when you are in the astral form,
Mm,
you're then in a very high energy field. All right.
yeah.
And usually, when you wake up, coming back to your reality, you are just then grounding you back again, not really experiencing yourself from the high level of frequency as you was doing when you are having your astral experience.
Yeah.
But this time, you were still bringing back some amount of that particular energy frequency to your physical reality.
Okay.
So it was like that your body can really focus and you felt that more of the connection to your higher self because you were not really so dense into your reality. Does that make sense so far?
It does, yes. Yeah.
So you're able, but that is also what you can do now on your own, because now you can recognize that state of being. So if you do right now, if you can like try or imagining again how it felt like for you when you were in that particular experience, then you can bring it back to yourself, and you can actually then feel more of the connection to your own higher mind and also to the beings you're connected to. And this will also, as you know, as we talked about before, make more also understanding too, if you can be in that state of being in terms of your counterpart and so on.
Mm.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is connected to also this particular device.
Oh, yes, that we talked about. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's connected to that, and therefore it all makes sense. It, we can say it like this: it was part also of this device mechanism, as you know,
Mm.
that was in a way allowing this to happening in your reality. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So was it in a sense the physical manifestation of, I suppose, how I would perceive as being more of my full self in a
Correct.
way? Okay. Okay. No, thank you so much. That's really cleared it up. I was confused by that for a long time.
All right, thank you. Now you are not so confused then.
Indeed. Thank you again so much to yourself and to everyone
Thank you
here today.
too. Much
Thank
love
you.
to you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, James. Paola, would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question to Rohan?
Hi, Rohan. This is actually a very timely transmission because I was actually wondering about my guides. Um,
All right. How
my,
fun.
yeah, my question is, how many like spirit guides in total do I have? And then my second question is, who is my ET first contact specialist guide?
All right. Well, first of all, we cannot necessarily give you all the specific numbers to that because it will then somehow change some of the alteration within the guides. But we can give you also most of the spirit and so on that we can give for now. It is 25 that is mostly tuned to you, to your specific life, 25, that you can have as a number reference, but there are more than that too, but 25 will be the reference number you can use. And also in terms of the 25, the number, if you also allow yourself to think about the number for a while, that number will also connect you to the specific also first contact ET guide because it's connected to the particular number. Does it make sense?
I think so.
And here is the thing also to have in mind that we cannot really share so much yet about your first contact ET guide in this particular way because we will say this, it's like it's a very personal for you, and if we open up this here for you, it will somehow don't really in a way make sense because we can really share it fully because we need to really bring it to you one to one. Does it make sense?
Okay.
It's very like family based, very personal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. But for now, what you can do is to use this particular meditation
Mm-hmm.
that I refer to and see what will come to you. Write things down if something comes to you. If you get some numbers, if you get some kind of particular names or understanding of something, or just something around you in your reality as different kinds of music tone, buzzing sound, this will be the interpretation of that. So see what happens if you utilize this in your reality.
Okay. So then, how do we distinguish between guidance from, say, our higher mind and the guides, if that's even important or relevant?
For not really from that particular way that the question was asked, because when it comes to guidance per se, you can know if you really know how to do this to tell the difference. But really from that level you are now on doesn't really make sense, because guidance from that level anyway is just simply guidance.
Mm-hmm.
It just play that, but also from your higher mind is also connected to your ET guides anyway, so they're all working together. So it's one same guidance anyway. But in the more you're able to tell the difference between guide to guide, then you will know from what kind of guide it's coming from. But to begin with, it just more makes sense to focus on the information, the message.
Okay, so do you think that in time we'll be able to have like more personal relationships with certain guides, or
Exactly, yes.
okay?
That's why also they are guiding you towards that.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, thank you.
You are so welcome.
Thanks, Paula. That was lovely. So, Rohaan, I did have
One
a
moment, one moment. The person that were recently involved here in this conversation, what she can use also is to actually go into nature, and if she can, be close to a particular river in the nature. And as looking into the river and feel yourself immersing into the river, you will, by time, be able to see more of this guide in the reflection in the river.
That's lovely. Thank you. I'm sure she'll
And
appreciate
this
that.
was the information from the guide itself.
Lovely. I did write down a question: how many more first contact specialists will be coming forward to join us? But just through this conversation and realizing that as we're shifting towards more contact within ourselves, and we're connecting with our first contact specialists, because there are contact specialists, aren't they? So
Yes, there
yeah,
were not so
more.
many in that way that you are referring to. There are
Okay.
other members of my species that had different kinds of work tasks. It will also be more of the social engineering part, and also beings that are more involved in the hybridization agenda.
Yes, of course. So how many more first contact specialists like yourself will be coming forward?
Well, that has already somehow already occurred in your reality, but this being has before been in already in contact with you in your past, and this being refer himself to Elon. This being will in the future be able to come through another channeler. This will occur,
Lovely.
but with that, more with that, not really, because we already, those one you are connected with now already are those one that are now already in focus to Earth with aid and assist. But of course, there will be more beings from my society. As I said, they had different kinds of tasks. There are beings from my society that are very connected to the shamanistic world, to your nature, that will come through and they will guide you more into the nature, so to speak. You understand?
Yes, very exciting times. And up next we have Stephanie and Huka. Hi,
That's why
Stephanie.
also I shared that about the shamanists, because this is how life works.
I knew
Yes.
you were talking about her.
Yes, of course.
So did I. Hi, Huka. We love
Hello.
you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes,
She's excited about all of this new activity.
Yes.
And so she's been guiding me on another project, a creative project. And this one involves crop circles
Yes.
using the shape of the symbol as a message to get meaning and guidance from. And in this project, I feel like I'm supposed to pair it with something else, like some kind of complementary element to help people get the message more clearly and more thoroughly, something that's easier for them to interpret. And so I've thought of numbers and written messages and images, and um, I just wondered, maybe animals, something, if you could give me a hint or a message about the right direction to take this, because I feel like I've thought about it so much and it's just not coming through like really clearly.
All right. First of all, allow yourself to understand this is the particular path that you're on that is in alignment with who you prefer to be. Then you also will be able to express yourself fully in that particular way because you feel that maybe you don't really can fully blast it out, so to speak, because you still feel that something might be missing to this. But if you just allow yourself to calmly focus what you prefer to do with this, then it will always be grounded in that particular way. And you will see how it will unfold for you as you start doing the first step when it comes to this.
Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I
Yeah,
need to
so
just start.
start the ball rolling.
Mm, okay. Okay. Thank you. And I understood that you said ball for a reason.
Yes.
I don't totally know what it is, but I know that that was important.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Perfect as always.
So to have a little bit fun more with this, be more hooked to this now.
Okay, I
You
will.
understand?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Stephanie. Malika, would you like to ask a question?
Yes, hi. Hi, everyone. My question is a funny one tonight.
Oh, a
I'm
funny one. How
curious.
fun.
Yeah, I'm curious about my little dog. She has crazy moments, like how she behaves, and I always call her little alien. I feel like she was kind of sent to me with some mission, and she tends to be with me during the meditations all the time. And she tends to just start barking suddenly for no reason, like she's
There
seeing
you
some
go.
forms.
There you
So
go.
I would like to get your feedback, what she's actually sensing and how she's connected to ITs, because I believe she is.
All right. First of all, that she is reflecting that particular signal, shall we say, from the ET guides and also some other guides as well that are involved in terms of the more spirit realm. So she don't really know exactly how to get your attention. That's why she's like acting a bit crazy because she don't really have to fully express that out. But she just want to tell you, oh, they are here. Do you hear them too? They are here. They are want to share a message to you. So when that happen, when you experience your dog behaving like that, you can allow yourself to tune into the dog and feel what is the message. And then you will feel also in the sort of hypnotic state that it will bring you the information you need from that. And then she will also feel that you have received the specific information. So you can do that, and then you will feel that she are not really behaving like all over the place, so to speak, barking and so on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you. And I guess I wanted to ask one more thing. Very often in that window before I wake up, I actually receive quite a bit of, I would say, trainings, because sometimes I receive like very specific messages regarding my job as well. Even informations about, I don't know, my future travels and what I'm going to be working, that kind of stuff. So who is actually communicating? Are those IT family or spirit guides, or is a mix of that? Just like how it's functioning, because in my sleep I see a lot of ships actually.
Yes, well, this is also a parallel human, what you will know as from the future, from that particular frequency level, and is also giving you information, guidance, and also do that via symbols, because they're also in the symbols, there are different kinds of information that also can be implanted into your consciousness. So what you can do with this, if you remember the symbols, you can sit in meditation, because in meditation you can actually start to perceive and breaking that, so which say the barriers within the symbols, and you can understand the whole particular information from the symbols. You understand me so far?
Yes, I do, but I don't really remember symbols. I receive particular words and sentences.
Yeah, but this,
That's
even if the words, you can remember the words, and even you can write them down, because it will come also, like say, in proportions, word, language, and so on, and symbols, and this will form a specific kind of a puzzle. So the more you see what happens, write it down if you don't remember that, so you have all, let's say, written down, so it makes more clear for you. Sort of like this particular future human are more, shall we say, working very close to you when you are in your dream state, because this is also working as your passion when it comes to how you want to fully express yourself in more what you know as the human psyche. Does that make sense?
yes, yes.
So that particularly is helping to give you the information you need to be able to do that more in the way you prefer.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thanks, Mika. Right, we have Kim next. Hi, Kim. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, hello.
Hello everyone. Hello, Linus. Very excited to speak to you.
Who?
I'm very excited
To speak
to
to
to you,
Linus?
Linus. Oh, sorry, to Rohan. To
All
Rohan.
right.
Sorry about
He's
that.
sleeping.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right.
I'm just wondering because so far most of the Tasani channels that have been coming through are male. Do you see at point any future a female Sasani channeler coming through?
Yes, well, the person that you know as the person talk to us, they have this counterpart referred to as Hoka. She's a female.
Okay.
So there are more coming. It's more also up to the females as well on your planet if they want to, or even the males too. But somehow we are, from our society, there are females the ones to, so to speak, to come through, even the males, but the males say, no, I want to bring through a male. And when it comes to the females, they are still focused on something else rather than the Sasani counterparts that they have. But if the more of they want, they can realize that, so they can make more of that particular bridge of communication.
Okay. Yeah, my other question, does everyone have an ET contact guide? If not, what's percentage of the people who have that an ET
Okay,
contact guide?
this is what you can know as the people that are interested, excited about ET, to experience first contact. That will be a marker that they have an ET guide. Because not all people they may see around you have that, because they don't really want to go to the open content reality, so they don't need them to have an ET guide. It depends on the theme, but you all have chosen to explore. But just by being excited in this, it means you have an ET guide, yes.
And I've heard the term before said preparers. Could you go into more detail what it means to be a preparer?
You mean precursors?
Not precursors. I heard precursors, and I heard there's also preparers. Could that be? Am I wrong?
Well, it's the same kind of way, you will say, with the precursor preparers. They are expressing themselves in a particular same way, but somehow it depends also within the particular vibration of the precursor what they want to do. But it isn't preparing you because they are actually walking among you. Of course, that's the preparation that they do. But
Do,
myself too is also a preparer if you will look at it in that particular way because I am a first contact specialist. So yes,
do we have preparers in this room today?
no,
No? Okay. And I was wondering if my ET contact guide is from Sasani.
yes,
Oh, okay.
and
And?
she's a female,
Oh, wow.
and
Does she have,
hence why you asked the question.
uh, does she have a name?
We don't really have name, but she will of course use a name that you can use for identification of her. But that name will come to you as you are willing to explore that path with her.
Okay. Do you have any tips on how I can get in and like in like deeper contact with her?
To, as I shared in the beginning of this transmission, to allow yourself to be in a meditation, in a
Okay.
receptive state,
Okay.
and have some kind of attention that you want to receive,
Okay.
and then you will see what you will receive. Even if you don't receive something at first, that's all fine too. The more you do this, the more you will build up the energy, and then you will eventually, of course, be having this particular information, the communication. So start just by doing in this receptive state. That's all there is to it.
Okay. Great.
Because
Thank
remember
you.
also, we
Yeah.
know that many of you on the planet, you love to complicate things. So I need to do this in order to have this. And then you're all so confused. But it is just not about to make something all up to make yourself confused. It is very, very simple how things actually works. It's just about to receive the information.
Okay.
It's about to be in the proper vibration state, and that happens when you relax, when you are in yourself. You understand?
Yes.
So it's very simple.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You are so welcome.
Thanks a lot, Kim. Rohan, I had a question for you. You mentioned that some of the guides were humans in a future from a future time. Were they trained specifically to do that when they're alive, or are they doing that when after they've transitioned back to spirit?
They do that when they are physical alive.
And is it some kind of specific training that they've done, like the 5 levels of mastery, or
Some of that too, and also some other future Earth had different kinds of methods that they are using, different kinds of programs that they are using in order to do that. So there are many different kinds of things that they are using, yes.
so that was from a different timeline in this case, like a different collective?
Yes, from a future timeline.
Okay, thanks a lot. Nancy, would you like to ask your question? Unmute yourself and ask your question. Nancy, just press the microphone button. I, okay, should we go to Corey then? Corey, are you around? Would you like to
I
unmute
am here.
yourself?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't find the button.
Go ahead,
It's my
Nancy.
first time using this.
Cannot find your butt?
Hi, Rohan.
Did you find your butt? Butt?
Button, the button.
You found it? The butt?
Yes, I found it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. Maybe your guide will help you with that somehow.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Can you tell me what we all have in common in this room? Do we all share a similar background? If so, what is it?
Well, you all are different in your own way, but that is also what makes all the common, that you are willing, that you are walking, you can say, even if you have your own unique paths, but you still are walking separate path to the same direction. And all the different path makes the common path. You understand? Just
Right,
that
I
you're all
was
talking to us,
talking
you
about
are
a galactic
gathering.
background.
Say again.
I was talking about a galactic background.
But this is the galactic background.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm, well, we're all from different races, or we all have a
Well,
shared.
remember, this is very galactic. This is a part of the whole galactic unification. But you mean more of that in terms of star family?
Yeah, like, are there a lot of Syrians and Essasanis in here, or?
All right, all right. Well, if that is what you're referring to, yes, well, of course, in that way you have all connections to my species, the Sasani, and also to all the hybrids and the Sirius, Pleiades, Orion, the tall whites, the grays, and
Okay.
also into all the star systems, different races. So there are mix of all connections. So you all, in that way, have the common connections to all of this. And if you look at from that, well, the connections make sense there, and also from that particular connections you have in there, you're also engaging from that particular experience, and from that experience, from that, from that, from that, from that, from that. It is similar to what you know as what we have referred to as the galactic web network, is that if you see in your night sky, you see the stars. And if you can imagine that all the stars are connected with a network, the lines, they are connected to each other, even if they are at a distance very far away, they're still connected, and that star connects to this star, to this star, to this star, but it's in the same connected web. You understand?
Yes.
So your star is sun. So if you see like from that way, you are in your solar system now, you have this particular group communication, and you're on that star, and from that star we can be Sirius, but it's still connected, and from Sirius it goes down to, let's say, Orion, and it goes like this on and on in infinity when it comes to in terms of how the universe is operating, even into other multiverses and so on. So it all go on and on and on and on and on and on, and that's how it works. Everything is connected. Even people that you don't even know here, but you are in the same room, have connections. So yes, let's answer your question.
Yes. Are we all part of the hybrid agenda as well?
Yes,
Okay. So there are some people that aren't part of the agenda, correct?
correct. But you all that are talking about this, there are involved in this by wandering and having this particular interaction, you that will be the indication that you all are involved in the hybridization agenda.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome so much.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Nancy. Right, you're up, Corey. Your time for your question.
Hello, Rohaan.
Sashu, Sashu, how are you?
I am great. Thank you. Thank you for these interactions. It's nice meeting you today.
You as well.
So, my question is when I was 12 years old, I blacked out and went through a life review. And at the end of the life review, there was a white light, and I wasn't ready yet. So, I came back to my body and had some pretty interesting experiences throughout my life. The question is, who would have given that to me?
Yes, first of all, is that when you were in the age, you somehow already, shall we say, wanted to move on, but then something took your attention back, say that, well, I really want to continuing my life here. So even if you were walking to that particular, light and so on, how you perceive that, but you saw all of this, as you remember, and took all the knowledge back to you because you already were experiencing the life review in terms of that you wanted to go into spirit, but you wanted to come back again. And therefore, that was helping you with all the knowledge, and therefore also how you were able to be the unique you are in terms of how your life has unfolded in your life, the way you can relate to right now, in your abilities, how to perceive yourself in your reality, and even into other realities too, and also how you are also able to bring through information from different star systems, from different beings, because you already know and remember this due to this experience you had in your past. This don't really have, so shall we say, put so much filter on it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So this is like the key to the whole journey that you are experiencing. All the things that's happening, that you are doing, and the knowledge you have, and what you're bringing through from other levels of existence to your reality.
So it would be like me giving myself that experience so that I could essentially wake up.
Exactly. To be more of yourself and to really fulfill your passion in the most exciting way you can, and helping yourself, helping other people. So you are working as a human guide, but in a more physical way.
Okay.
Does it make
That's
sense?
beautiful. Thank you very much.
All right, you're
Yes.
welcome very much.
Thank you, Ron.
Thanks a lot, Corey. LJ, would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question of Rohan?
One moment. One moment, everybody. Please continue.
Yeah, thank you guys for the opportunity to speak and ask a question. Mark, Louise, Linus, and Rohan. Um, Pleasure to be here again. So, on the topic of your ET guides, I've been finding myself wanting to go into the meditative state more often. Within, I'd say, this past week, I've been listening to a lot of your material, Maldiven, new channel, uh, and
All right.
it's given me a lot of I don't know, a lot of drive to interact with my guides more, and connect specifically with my Sasani counterpart. Um, just as an experience I had, I want to say 2 days ago, lying in bed before I was going to sleep, I was raising my vibration and just really enjoying and getting jazzed on it. And I felt it was crazy. It made me startled. I felt a brush on my left side of my face, almost as if something was like, oh, you're really trying, or something like that. I was just wondering if there was a connection with a certain extraterrestrial spirit guide that I have, the one that was doing that. If there is a ET side of that guide, or if it's just a guide from a past life or something like that.
Yes, this was a Pleiadian being, what you refer to as one of your counterparts. And all the information that you have been tuning into, as this, all the information contains, even in the information, vibrations. And this helps to evoke different kind of frequencies within you, and therefore you're able to remembering your connection that you have, and even the interactions you have had. It comes to you in your present moment as something that's happening right now, but you are remembering what have happened, what you know as your past on Earth. Does it make sense?
Interesting. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So you're saying like that feeling that was on my face was like a connection that I had to a past life where someone had brushed my face for doing an activity such as what I was doing, or was it a completely separate experience?
It was that way you're referring to, yes.
Oh, okay. Is I don't. Is it okay if I ask a follow up on that, or would we like to move on?
We need to move on because
Okay,
this also contains more information that is more on a for a private nature.
fair enough. And I think that's upcoming. So I will. I'll speak to you then, Rohan. Thank you
All right.
again.
Thank you.
Lovely, LJ. Yes, definitely. You being here, it's not a coincidence. And yeah, I definitely think when we have private sessions, then we can get so much more, and then you keep the energy going, and you just get everything that you need. So yeah, anybody who feels like having a private session, it's definitely worth having.
May
Right,
I
so
have
thank
some
you,
fun
LJ.
with you?
Oh yes,
Have some brain teaser, so to speak?
go for it.
Or maybe because I don't really know this myself, I'm curious to know this. You have 12 months, but how many of your months has 28 days?
All of them.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's one
That
of
was
those,
really easy, right?
yeah, it's one of those interview tests, questions that we get asked to see.
Yes. This IQ test, so to speak, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Rohan. I've got a question just following on that. Is there any kind of limits to the physical, let's just say, signs that the guides can give? Like, I think it was LJ was received like a hand on the shoulder sensation. You know, some people get their animals coming through. Is there kind of limits at a personal level or at a higher level to what the guides can do and how they can communicate with us?
All right. Well, it depends really what can be also conceived in your reality. Of course, sometimes also it also agree on a higher levels, but usually also it already are like somehow discussed because sometimes they do very small signs. But if you don't really get attention to that, well, then it will be more and more obvious in terms of that. So that's why also sometimes you know that something is like knocking on a door very much, like banging on the door to get your attention. If something that you really need to look upon, but understand, you do not have to go that far if you pay more attention to what's happening around you in your environment, then it will be very small sign. So yes, it depends really from individual to individual, and also what is allowed to be given, so to speak.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for that information. Rohit, would
So
you
it's
like to
looking.
unmute? Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
Go, Louise.
No, I was just going to say it's like being very consciously aware of what's going on in your reality and those little signs that you can follow.
All right, but at this moment now, we will end this party.
Thank you very much,
So,
Rohan.
why is that so? Well, first of all, we have been giving all the information right now that we needed to give to you in this particular moment. So, take now what we have given to you all, take this into your life, create the way you can understand it in your own reality. And the next time, we will bring more information through something else that is related to contact. So, talk to you all next time.
Thanks a lot, Rohan.
Our, our unconditional love to you.
Or love to you as well. And enjoy your life in the way it unfolds. And remember now to have fun with this, with your ET guide or guides. Depends on when they want to have your attention. All right. Goodbye.
Wow, that was an amazing session, wasn't it, Louise?
Here he comes. He's
Oh,
back.
I am back from the sleep. I need to go.
Linus, that was a great session. Really, it flowed. Great information. I don't know. I'm just like, the amount of love that I'm feeling at the moment is just like boom. It's just like, it's just like it feels like I'm sort of like moving out from myself. Yeah, it was lovely.
It was a great. All the questions
Yeah,
seemed to
great.
flow.
Yeah, I felt it was great.
Yeah, the questions seemed to flow really well into each other as well. Thanks a lot, Linus.
Yeah, thank you too. I felt it was very, a lot of flow, when I was in challenge state, and how Rohan also were engaging with you all. Yeah, I felt that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think quite a lot of people are going to be going back and focusing and intending to connect with, their guides and counterparts. So I think doing all of this, having the information, taking it with us and like using it, because, what I sort of know from being, being within this information is that they give us information, and if we don't do anything with it, then why should they give us any more?
Exactly.
So
That's also
yeah,
why also Rohan, shares about that he gives us like, piece by piece, and then they see also what we do with that. And if we apply what you're giving, then they can give more like further information upon that. That is also what he shared about the castle, Catcher Sonatane, that there will be more parts of that, like part 3 and 4 and 5. But first, they want to see first what experience we got from the two parts first, and what we do with that, because so we can like fully apply those sections first, and then when we have done that, then he can bring more parts to that.
Brilliant. One of the little segues, Linus. We're talking about ET guides, and then Rohan is your, from the same Oversoul. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I guess there's a possibility for anyone to channel their guides, to vocally channel them.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that also that happens too, that the guys that it's more easy to connect with them because they're all like already part of our lives anyway. So it will be easier to to tune into a specific guide that we have, because it's still like connected somehow, and I think that's like we can recognize the energy, the frequency more easily, and therefore it will be better to, of course, to focus on the guides that are connected to us. Yeah.
yeah, no, I'd like to just add to that as well, because in fact it's allowing it to come through in whatever way is appropriate for us, and that could be channeling it through art, through music, through dance, working with children. I think when it connects with our excitement, and then we can channel it through in whatever way is applicable for us, really.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, if people are excited to do that, there's lots of techniques that you can do to, you can do it with a friend, and you can just like play together.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of it's about, is actually like playing and experiencing and, exploring.
Exactly. And that's also how to really, as when were all children, that's why, when we were children, we were more open to things. We didn't have so much, blockage, in ourselves. But when we're getting older, we start to, have different belief systems. And so that's why if we can remember our child state, and that's how we can really, you know, be in the state where we can channel, we can actually, interpret, information that we, you know, that is around us. So I think, it's more to be in that a proper state of being. And yeah, and that's where all the children around, they are so, they're so open, and because they perceive things, even myself when I was a child, I have I really have this experiment when I was a child, I had some crazy experiences, not crazy, but I could feel like, there was some kind of like specific person or being. Every time when I went to bed, when I was 6 or 7 years old, I could feel it somewhere about sitting next to my bed. I could see something, but I don't really remember right now. But I felt there was something there, and I was talking to that, to the being or person, like it was like a physical person that I could see. So yeah.
That's funny. I used to I had a contact, and I used to wake up in the middle of the night and run to my garage where I had that contact again and again and again, and I'll never find anyone there. But I did remember that experience, and it's coming back to me. But channeling our children, and if anyone has children, you'll know that they're quite good teachers on how to find your own inner child as well. So getting childlike is definitely helpful.
Exactly.
Yes, and we've had lots of permission slips for the last couple of months with Rohaan and with Mordovan as well. And I'm looking at the hide and seek one that Rohaan gave us. So, it's just like taking something from one of these transmissions and having the intention to like play with it, and just with no insistence. I mean, that's like quite an important thing, not to have too much insistence on what's going to happen. Otherwise, you get your monkey mind mixed up with it.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So, even if it's like doing a bit of art and, you know, connecting first, connecting yourself first, and then doing a piece of art, or doing a piece of art for the hybrid children, or doing some cooking, or, just find a way that you connect with within your everyday life, and just like let yourself go. Because to begin with, it is a little bit sort of strange to sort of like, you're talking to your hybrid children, and they're not physically there. But I just think that if we take something, one of these permission slips that we've been given, then once you start doing it, then you can sort of work on that.
Hmm.
And Linus, how can we, everyone who's listening, book a private session with you, just to give you contact information?
Yeah, well, they could do it, contact me on my Facebook or via my email, and I will write it down in the, in the chat here. So make sure people get the right email. So I will do that. So yeah, if people want to have private sessions, they can just contact me, because I think if people have questions like, when it's like this public, transmissions, and of course, he cannot Rohan go in so much, in detail, specific about that, because it might be only for the person to know the answer, not really for everybody else. So that's why in a private session he can go more in depth, about the person per se, to really help on a deeper level, rather than like in this particular transmission there's more on a surface level. So yeah, I would suggest, if people want to really find out more, that they talk to him in a private session.
Yeah, and I imagine that the private sessions you can guide the conversation along different topics as well, which can be more personal and can help whoever's doing the session get more directed answers to their questions, and more, more value and more information that will align with them, not just necessarily the conversation topic.
Exactly. It's, as I've been having a lot of private session with people, and they seem to be very happy. They feel like they can really talk to Rohan in a different way, and they said, well, they get a lot of guidance and understand more of themselves, and also about the higher level, of the universe, realities, and so on. So yeah, it's more, profound experience.
Yes, exactly. It's in privacy. Provide ourselves, not hiding ourselves. So yeah, when we have something that's private, we're not hiding ourselves, and then we're allowing ourselves to be more open, and then you're receiving, and then you're in this like co-creation with Rohan, and you'll just get as much as you need.
Exactly, and that's the main thing also. And I do also offering half an hour to an hour, but now I'm doing more 1 hour sessions, because from my experiences, as I've been doing this on and off for over 6 years, half an hour session is a little bit too short, because when he talks to the person and Rohan wants to, go in detail, and they can take some time, and then maybe after 2 questions, then the half an hour is over. So if an hour is more better to have with Rohan rather than half an hour. So that's why I'm not doing so much half an hour. I can do it in different kinds of occasions. I can do that, but now it's more better to have an hour session to get the full amount out of the session, not to feel like you have to stress through the questions, oh, now half an hour is over. So I think that it's more important to have an hour, if people want that. So
I did actually put all the information on the description of the club. So if anybody needs to go on there, it'll just be on there directly. I'm just waiting for websites to be up and running before you add that information.
We're close.
There you
We're
go,
close.
Mark.
Yeah, we're close to getting the website up, aren't we, Linus?
yes, very soon.
Very soon. And yeah, we'll get that once we get that website up. We'll share that link out to everyone on this club and on the HEA as well, the Clubhouse.
So I'd just like to thank everybody who was attracted to come to this session today. We definitely had a lovely bubble reality going on, and everyone's sharings and the love that we're radiating to each other. It's really been beautiful, and thanks again, Linus, for deciding to go with Rohan and share his wisdom and help that he's offering to us to merge in with those preferred realities. So
Yeah,
thanks, Linus.
Thanks,
it's fun
Linus.
to do this. It's fun to do the channel. It's really expanding a lot now, and Rohan is bringing more information through. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what he will bring through next time.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Linus.
You're welcome.
Great. So we say good night, everybody. Well, it's good night from us anyway, where we are.
It's good morning from here.
Good night, everybody. Or good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.